This video, Slick Madison, this video is not on StreamYard. It's just on my phone. But after I'm done, I'm going to send you my email. Let me do it. Let me see if I can do it right now. I'm going to send you my email. So whenever we do StreamYard, I can give you the link. But man, Lamelo Ball was doing this thing. Shout out to Thunder. Shout out to everyone that's tuned in. Hit the like button. Share the video throughout all social media platforms. Lamelo of France Ball has done it this time. He has risen above the hate. He has rised above the doubt. Each game, he plays with fire. He has that dog in him. And he knew that the Hornets needed him to be explosive in this game, to put up buckets, to not be so timid. When you think of LaMelo Ball, you think of an athlete that is a killer on the court. He's a killer on the court. He's not there to be your friend. He's not there to lollygag. He's not there to be passive. Shout out to Play for Keeps. He said, salute DJ, I came for the raw truth. Y'all gonna get the raw truth. Here's a good thing about raw truth. We don't sugarcoat. And before I go in, I want to say thank you to Coach Joe, Gunner Boy, as well as Ant Learn for speaking that real on today's stream. Thank y'all for holding it down. Y'all did y'all thing. Y'all did y'all thing. James Borrego. And I know that for those who are listening, they're going to say, well, LaMelo was a kind of in foul trouble. LaMelo did not get enough minutes at all in this game. And when the Hornets came back from 23 points, they had the lead. And then they took LaMelo out. What did the Pacers do? They came right back and at one point had the lead again. So LaMelo was on fire. He was putting up buckets in the second half, later in the second half. And you took him out for no reason. And I'm not trying to hear the excuses. I'm not trying to hear the bull crap talking about foul trouble. It wasn't that bad. 3 fouls in what, the third, in the upper third quarter. I'm not buying that excuse. You don't sit them out that long. You're trying to put teams away. The Eastern Conference is revamped. The Western Conference is a juggernaut. There's no time for games. Once LaMelo was cooking, and it's not like he didn't even pick up a foul. Y'all realize this, right? Here's how it's a game within the game. When LaMelo was cooking, bringing them back into the from the deficit, he wasn't fouling. He already had picked up fouls prior to him going berserk. Tell me if I'm lying or not. So it's not like LaMelo picked up a 4th foul and then got sit on the bench. That didn't even happen. James Borrego put LaMelo back on the bench out of no reason. See, they think we all stupid, but we watched the game. Shout out to the homie Trent. Shout out to Taufeek. Hit the like button. Share, share, share. Because I'm going in. Look at what this brother's doing for this franchise. When they were down by 23 points, LaMelo looked at his teammates, said, I'm gonna get the win. He literally said that. He literally said that. Albert Dorr said, why did he sat him though? Man, it's a power trip, man. I looked at the film before. When I got home, I looked at the film. I was going through each quarter. And then I looked at the fourth quarter. And I only fast forward to LaMelo's parts. Every time LaMelo heats up, this coach puts him on the bench. He did it last season. He's doing it now. And he gave his wonder pet, quote unquote teacher pet, Gordon Hayward, the most minutes on the team. For those who know, Terry Rozier sat out due to an injury. If it's not Lamelo Ball or Terry Rozier, you don't give Mr. Glass Gordon Hayward the most minutes on the team. That doesn't make any sense. And that almost cost them today's game. Could you imagine if LaMelo was not sat out when he was cooking? LaMelo Ball would have had 40 plus points and the Hornets would have had a double-digit lead. For the people that are listening to this video, y'all let them know. Because y'all watched the game just like I watched the game. And it was tough watching the game. I'm at work. I'm trying to do what I'm doing. And then this coach keeps making bonehead decisions. Playing that auto zone defense, getting cooked by the Pacers. Didn't I tell you about the Pacers and their bigs? I said they're going to eat that zone alive. And they had a 23-point lead. And like last year fashion, LaMelo had to bail out the Hornets for making dumb decisions. Also, A-Pain the Savage. I don't know if you're in the chat. Shout out to A-Pain the Savage. He's a Wizards fan. Didn't I tell you about that Wizards roster? I told you the Wizards roster is better than what people think it is. I said it. And look at the Wizards today. They manhandled the Raptors. They have a lot of depth. They had Montrezl Harrell coming off the bench. They got Wagner coming off the bench. Not Wagner, but the other guy. Wagner's not on the team no more. They got a bunch of players coming off the bench scoring. Kuzma had a good game. But let me stay on topic. Let me read the comments because y'all cooking right now. Hit the like button. We got 30 plus people in the chat. Keep hitting the like button. Share the video. Shout out to Albert Durham. He said, I wonder what Lonzo thought was going to happen in Chicago. Shaking my head. Should have met with his little brother. That's another topic for a different day. Hey, Lonzo, he chose where he want to go. You know, that's his choice. You know, the Chicago Bulls have a good team. Taufik says, I thought I was late. Melo was hooping like a superstar. Yes, he was. And I want the Hornets to treat him like a superstar. You don't have a star. You don't treat young players like this, man. And then he goes off the bench for no reason. Can you believe someone who was on a stream today saying, well, LaMelo was in foul trouble, but he didn't pick up another foul when he was killing it, when he was on fire, when he was hitting those buckets. It seemed like James Borrego was like telling himself, oh, LaMelo Ball, he's on fire right now. Maybe I should sit him down so he doesn't steal the show. That's what it looked like to me. Because there was no excuses. Trent says exactly, no excuses taking LaMelo out. That 24-0 run in the third, no. Yeah, no excuses. Donnie says, Mr. Glass or Hayward kicked up tonight. He deserves his flowers. I'll give Mr. Glass credit. And I think LaMelo doing what he was doing motivated him. See, he saw LaMelo on another level and said, wait a minute, I'm paid $100+ million. I got to perform. Gordon Hayward looked like Butler Gordon Hayward tonight in the second half. In the first half, Gordon Hayward was trash. Shout out to Dexterous Crockett. Taufik says, Borrego being Iceman with LaMelo Cooks, ice him. What the? is the NBA 2K. Yeah, horrible roster management. Albert Dorr said, "I can't believe the coach doing that." I could believe it. This is an ego trip, and I have people telling me all the time about James Borrego that we go too hard on him, and I get it. You're trying to give him a chance. We all want James Borrego to do well, but damn it, he needs to play this thing right. He almost cost the Hornets an important game. It's the opening game, but it's important because it's in the division. Almost cost them, and it took Lamelo to bail him out. And then when Lamelo was doing his thing, being the young star that he is, then Gordon Hayward started to feel some confidence. Now, I can't wait for Terry Rozier to come back. Terry Rozier, what I like about Terry Rozier is he could get his buckets, but he never gets in the way. He don't get in the way of LaMelo doing his thing. And LaMelo did this like Thunder said. He did this in 29 minutes. LaMelo playing 29 minutes. Now, y'all tell me how many fouls that LaMelo picked up. Did he pick up 5 fouls? If he didn't pick up 5 fouls, how in the hell is he only playing 29 minutes? We got 50 plus people in the chat. I need about almost 50 likes. Because we cooking tonight, man. Shout out to the LaMelo Holics. Trent said he sat out a legit 10 minutes straight last 1/4 of the third and half of the fourth. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. You play to win the game. Shout out to Herm Edwards. I'll repeat, you play to win the game. You cannot fumble the bag like that if you're coaching. I'm disappointed in JB, man. He gotta show me some more before I can trust him as a head coach. Cause that right there, man, horrible rotations. And, and JB, why are you putting the bench players? Ishmael did well. I'm not surprised about him. He's a veteran. But why is he playing so many backups when they have one of the worst bench play in the NBA? Why is he doing this? And analytically, it doesn't make sense. What did I tell you on the pregame show today? I pointed out that the Hornets, to win games, the starters got to play 30 plus minutes per game. I'm not just saying LaMelo. I'm not just saying Gordon Hayward. All the starters got to play 30 plus minutes a game to even be above 500, to have a chance. Because I believe the Hornets are last place in bench play. TB says, I don't even think JB has anything against Melo anymore. He just brainwashed with his load management, coaching scared. Whatever he's doing, I don't care if he doesn't have a grudge or it doesn't look right. And it has to be rectified, man. It can't keep holding back good talent. You see what the Minnesota Timberwolves did today with Anthony Edwards? They ain't hold him back. What do you have? 29 points? LaMelo could have had 40. I watched it, man. LaMelo could have had 40 plus points. And if he would have made his floaters, and the floaters, he usually makes those, you're talking about almost 50 points. I watched the game. No one could tell me LaMelo couldn't have almost 50 points if he would have 10 more minutes of that game. 10 more minutes of that game. I guarantee you that's almost 50 points. Man, JB is a narcissist, man. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Joseph Modesto, so right, my brother. He said he's so focused on his coaching career that making stars shine. Yep. I'm gonna tell you why. Because he knows if LaMelo, this is gonna spin y'all head right here. What I'm about to tell y'all. He knows if LaMelo keeps shining, he would never get credit for developing LaMelo. Because what LaMelo's doing, that's something he's been taught since he was a little kid. That confidence you see from him, that's playing in Chino Hills, running and gunning. See, JB knows that he would never get the props for developing LaMelo into a star. That's God gifted ability. See, when LaMelo was a young 5'5" point guard freshman in Chino Hills, he was supposed to be in eighth grade, but he skipped up. He had to learn how to score in different ways and score against bigger players and assist and be creative in the handles. He developed a handle so early of an age. That's why he's one of the best ball handlers in the NBA. He's got to be top five. TB, the Wizards roster is really like it's not top heavy, but they have depth. Trent says Gordon. Then he was responding to TB. He said, "Then why Gordon, who's injury prone, not being on load management, especially after missing games?" Thank you, my brother. This is a slippery slope. What the Hornets are doing, they gotta manage Gordon Hayward's minutes. See, he's the guy you gotta manage his minutes. Because we could joke about Mr. Glass or so, but when he's clicking, he can help. And if you keep overloading his minutes, there's going to be injuries with Gordon Hayward. And it's going to ruin the season. That's the person you need load management with, not Lamelo Ball. You don't do that with a 20-year-old who's just like he's in the zone. Man, that 31 point came so easy for him. And his floater game wasn't even on. Can you imagine if his floaters are on? They usually are. It's a wrap, man. Joe Nuke says LaMelo's shining in the limelight. He been ready for this. Respect young King. Yeah, man, he's built for this. LaMelo Ball is built for this. Anonymous do say congrats to the Ball brothers. They 2-0. They got their wins. Sack says I didn't watch the game. Zoe did good, 12-point game, but average type of game. I'll say this about Zoe. Zoe did what he's supposed to do. I never, I would love for him to average 17 points per game, but maybe 12, 7 and 7, 14 points, 7 rebounds. This is his game. And he played great defense. Now, the Bulls should have played better against the Pistons. That's another topic for a different day, consistency. But they got the win. This win with the Hornets is more impressive because you look at the Pacers roster, and they're being coached by Rick Carlisle, and it's a bad matchup problem. This is one of the best wins in the NBA starting out today due to the matchup problem. It was David versus Goliath out there. QJ Smith said Hornets need rim protection in the worst way. They need it bad, man. Joe Nick said LaMelo shining in the limelight. But I read that. Albert Dorr said if he keep performing like this, he got a chance to be MVP award. I was surprised by his performance. I'm not totally surprised. It's like I'm halfway surprised and I'm not surprised. When you get LaMelo the keys, these type of things can happen. And the scary part is he wasn't given the keys enough. The coach was toying with his minutes. This dude JB be playing his backups like they got the Milwaukee Bucks type of roster, where you can just switch players 12 deep and not miss a beat and have a ton of shooters. Your roster's not built that way, JB. due to your organization, the flea market, Charlotte Hornets, and I call them the flea market because they don't want to spend for nothing. They want to do bargain-based deals unless Jordan has a favorite player, a la Gordon Hayward. He'll spend for that. Yeah, Gordon Hayward did have a good game. Bad first half, showed up in the second half, had 27 points. But this game would have been wrapped up if the coach would have let Lamelo play more. Trent just pointed it out. 10 minutes. This coach took away 10 minutes away from Lamelo Ball and had this game closer than what it should be once they had that lead. Zen Hub says, we can't expect Lonzo to be the first option start this team. Lonzo's ceiling with the Bulls is 14-6-6. His floor is 10-5-5. I agree with you. 14-6-6 is Lonzo's high with the Bulls, and 10-5-5 is his low, from what I've seen. Man, y'all are killing it today. Yeah, I like the Durante kid too. Even though he's 24 years old, he could score. Taufik says, I said it. The Hornets fans roster. What you say? You saying that the roster is trash? Melo is your best perimeter defender and the best player, and you can't get him help. How horrible! I think the best perimeter defender is Terry Rozier. LaMelo is good at pickpocketing, getting steals, but Terry Rozier, when he's focused on defense, he's really good. Now, when Terry Rozier, when his points are not coming on, sometimes Terry Rozier kind of goes lackadaisical, and he'll take a play off or two. He got to fix that. But besides that, I like Rozier's game. Dexter's Crockett says JB and his JB bag again. Yeah, he doing that power trip, and it's all a power trip. That's why I'm so glad that, like, I'm glad this channel's not sponsored by anybody. I'm glad this channel's not, part of some media conglomerate. Can you imagine if I go on these lives and I'm sponsored by media conglomerate and I gotta lie about JB being a good coach? I would not have fun on this show if I had to go on here and say, well, James Borrego's an excellent coach. I think he looked out for LaMelo's best interest and only playing him 29 minutes, even though they could have lost the game. You see, that type of crap, I wouldn't live with myself if I was speaking that way. QJ Smith saying Melo dropping 40 soon. Well, shit, he could have had it this game. But I see what you're saying, bro. If JB don't get in the way, he could get that. Thunder says Ish Smith just comes in and does his job. No disruptions. Yeah, I like Ish Smith. Shout out to Ish Smith for not having an ego trip, and he knows LaMelo is that guy. Good body language, does his job, gets everybody in the right spots. That's the Hornets' best signing is Ish Smith. Shout out to the Honorable Coach Joe. Did a hell of a job at the stream, and he didn't hold anything back. Shout out to the homie Jason Zimmerman. Thank you, bro. He said congrats on the 5,000 subs, man. Thank y'all, man. This is the people's channel. This is not possible without the people. Supporting all the videos, liking, sharing, being there. I appreciate every single one of you, man. I mean that. I appreciate every single one of you. Because this channel's about our people, man. Like, man, I was just, when I hear Coach Joel's voice, man, and when he breaks down the game, it's for good reason. You got to respect your OGs. When they teach you about the game, when they teach you about life, when they teach you about the inner workings in the game within the game, it's best to listen. because you don't never know what you can pick up from it. When he talked about reading the coach's motives and his game plan, he taught us something. Don't assume a coach has the best interest of a player. When everybody was telling us, "Oh man, JB, he loves Lamelo." What did we say? We'll see. Now JB is doing the same stuff that he did last season. The only difference is Lamelo is even better than last year. That's why people ain't seeing it. All for everyone that just tuned in. What they see is the 31 points. What they see is Lamelo shooting those threes and and really putting his mark in the game. But the coach is still effing with his minutes. At the end of the game, what ticked me off, you have Lamelo being unguardable, and you don't even make plays for him. Who did he make plays for? Gordon Hayward. Boat Knight not in the game. Shout out to Nick. Boat Knight. Don't even let me get started there. Boat Knight should have played. He should have played. You might as well. The bench wasn't giving you anything. But Ish Smith. Think about it. If you would have put Boat Knight in a game with Ish Smith can teach him about the inner workings of the NBA. Ish Smith will be Boat Knight's OG and put him in the right places to make the best plays possible. The same rookie stuff they did with Lamelo, they doing with Boat Knight. And I told y'all last year, Coach Joe told you last year, many others told you last season that James Borrego doesn't like playing rookies, no matter how good they are. That's why it's so amazing that Lamelo did what he did last season. Lamelo was on the bench, but the coach, he couldn't sit him on the bench any longer because he's trying to win games. Shout out to Trent again with the gems. Trent says Melo in 8 minutes of the third quarter willed his team to the 24-0 run, erased a 23-point deficit. Wow. And props to Gordon Hayward stepping up in the fourth. Gordon Hayward did step up in the fourth quarter, but he better start. He needs to stop doing that. Well, it's too late now. Let me put my points. No. He needs to stop doing that front running crap. Do it at the beginning of the game. Because the funny part is when Gordon Hayward was getting his points and it was chipping the lead, I don't think he thought that they could come back. Coincidentally, they did come back. And he made some key plays in the fourth quarter. I give him that. But he got to start out playing to his talent. Don't do it at the last minute. Be accountable. What's that saying? Play to your worth. You're $100+ million player. Play like it. And note to self, JB. Before I say what I'm going to say, shout out to Tina Ball. Jason Zimmerman says, "How about Tina Ball being in attendance?" Y'all saw that. I picked up on it. Shout out to Tina Ball, a strong woman that dealt with a stroke, health issues. She keeps fighting. She always supports her sons, a loving mother. And I see where Lamelo gets his fight from. His parents, his father and mother. When Lamelo told the reporters last year that his parents raised a killer, he meant that. He meant that from his soul. and they came out here to watch Lamelo play. And shout out to Lonzo. This is nothing against Lonzo. And I hope he has a great year. I hope Lonzo wins defensive accolades, everything. What I'm about to say is messed up, but I don't say it. LeVar and Tina, they the reason why they went to the Hornets game, y'all want to know why? Fuck it, they trying to watch a fun game. I had to say it. They trying to watch a fun game, man. We love Zoe. Y'all know we love Zoe, but you know how it is when you watch Zoe play and it's no pizzazz. It's just if he's not making his threes, then it's gonna be a long night. Uh, they were wise to go to the Hornets game. We know the Bulls are a better team, but when you watch the Hornets, man, even when they lose, they're fun. Jonathan said Bulls were on the road anyway. Even if the Bulls are home, I truly believe LeVar and Tino still would have went to the Hornets game. Nothing against Zoe. I'm just saying LaMelo's fun. He's fun to watch. I'm not gonna hold you. He's fun to watch. But shout out to the Ball brothers, man, doing their thing. The Knicks fans, hey, y'all can talk y'all ish, man. Y'all won today. Y'all beat the Celtics. Now here's the Knicks' problem though. Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker, looks something wrong with him. Is his knee okay? He doesn't look the same. I don't know if he's fully recovered, but that was a good win for the Knicks. Bad loss for the Celtics. I thought the Celtics would be better than that. But it's still game one, so let's not overreact. Yeah, I saw that Pelicans got blown out by the Philly with no Ben Simmons. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. But that's hey, Tebe got 18, man. He got his points. Hey, Devontae Graham, he must be in heaven right now. He's in the losing team. He can take all the shots he wants. Jason Zimmerman said they would have went to the Zach Levine show. Instead, they went to the LaMelo Ball show. That's all it would have been. Shout out to Zach Levine. He had 34 points. He did his thing today. I bet the parents like, damn, man, I'm glad we went to LaMelo's game. I'm glad we went to LaMelo's game. Uh, Talvik says David Griffin, aka David Krause, gave Valachunas a contract extension before a single game is played in the regular season. Oh yeah, Levine looked like that dude, man. Levine took over. Levine had that look in his face like we are not about to lose to the damn Pistons. Give me the damn ball. He took over. See, that's what stars do. When you're losing, you take the over. You don't just sit there and, play here. We're going to play our way. No, you take over. You do whatever it takes to win a game. TB, we just said it was game one. Yeah, we just said it's game one. We're not trying to overreact, but we're judging off the first game, judging accordingly. Maybe this gets fixed on whoever plays bad or whoever plays good. Yeah, the Jazz look real nice. See what happens when you have a good coach and a good identity. Shout out to Quinn Snyder, one of the most underrated coaches in the NBA. He's worth big money right there, that coach right there. And I tell you one thing, if Quinn Snyder was coaching the Hornets, you think he would be playing LaMelo 29 minutes? Hell no. You would never see it. Yeah, Levine, when he's aggressive, he's a dog. Jake says Jello wanted to play badly. He won't be playing much. He won't. I don't think he'll get in the NBA court this year. I can see G League though. Trent says, I agree. Not surprised Book Knight didn't play. Hell, Melo could barely see the court as a third overall pick as a rookie the first quarter of the season. Yeah, I remember those days, man. Man, that was terrible. That cost them. I still believe that cost them. When they had LaMelo on that bench in the first half of the season, there were couple of close games where you thought, man, if LaMelo just played 30 minutes. Shoot, it got so bad. I was telling myself, man, can you get LaMelo 20 minutes? Taufik says LaMelo needs more situational basketball training. I'm not. All LaMelo needs is more weight. He's gaining a little more. He's stronger than last year in the mid range to add with his floater. That's about it. LaMelo got. He doesn't have too many weaknesses, man. The only time these talent evaluators will say something about LaMelo needs to do this or that is that they get into a point where they got to nitpick. There's not a such thing as a perfect prospect. Everybody has some type of flaw in their game. Rap God says Zion is suffering from a disease called pelicanism. He's also suffering from that eat what I want disease, man. That brother is eating, man. Again, Zion looks like he's a butter biscuit away from 300 plus pounds. These trainers for the Pelicans better step up. They gonna have that brother looking like Sherman Klump, and I hate to say it in the NBA, because Zion's a good kid. Talfi says if not for Rozier, Melo wouldn't get any starting minutes. If not for Tebe's injury, he wouldn't be permanent starter. That's the crazy part. Remember last season when Devontae got injured? That's why LaMelo was getting those minutes. Unfortunately to say, can you imagine if Devontae Graham didn't get injured, they would have never given LaMelo all the minutes last season, which is horrible. And that's again James Borrego not trying to grow within the talent. He knows LaMelo's their franchise player, but wants to do it his way. He wants to develop other players because he wants to get credit of being a great coach. I see the playbook. TB says Philly should send Ben to New Orleans. Oh boy, that would be something. Yeah, Giannis does play hard every possession. Shout out to Giannis. Shout out to the Milwaukee Bucks. I like their team. They got something good there. If the Bucks win it all again, would I be surprised? Nah. They got chemistry. And that's one thing you gotta have in the NBA if you want to win championships. You gotta have veterans that know how to win, and you gotta have championship chemistry. Everybody overreacting to the Lakers. I was ticked off that the Lakers lost. I'm a Laker fan. But I'm not losing my mind. I think the Lakers will be just fine. LeBron, here's a bright spot for the Lakers. LeBron and AD look like they're in tip-top shape to do work. LeBron had a 30-point triple-double. That got ignored because the Lakers lost. Yeah, I like Giannis' attitude too. He just play hard, man. He don't care what situation it is. He don't care how much he gets paid. He's gonna give the same energy, no matter if he's paid the lowest in the NBA or the highest. Yeah, Zach. But man, I'm glad to have these conversations with everyone. I'm glad to be real and honest. Yeah, anonymous. Bron did look good. He did look good. He looked good. That's what Coach Joe. That's what everybody's missing. Everybody's looking at the Lakers losing. game one, but missing the part where LeBron and AD look dominant. If you get that from LeBron and AD, all the Lakers got to do, the bench players step up. Westbrook be more efficient. Westbrook doesn't have to be a star on this team. LeBron and AD are for that. Westbrook just has to find his role in this niche, and they'll be fine. But good luck defending LeBron and AD. I'm just telling y'all that. Because looking at them last night, they're not slowing down. If you think you're gonna beat them in a 7-game series, you better think. You better think again. I saw enough from the Lakers to know that Westbrook just got to chill out. He don't have to be a superstar. He just got to be good enough. The bench players got to find their niche. Don't do too much. Play within your roles. Bam. They could go very far. And if the Lakers go to the finals, don't be surprised. I'm saying it now. They know what they need to work on. I know what they need to work on. Everybody that knows basketball knows what they need to work on. And me and Coach Joe gonna be if the Lakers going to the finals, I'm asking my job to fix my schedule. I may have to take 2 weeks off. Talking about I'm doing a business trip, but really I'm doing these streams because I want to talk about my Lakers. They better not hope the Lakers go to the finals. I'm talking my shit. Coach Joe, you're right. He said they just need to play. That's all it is. They got a new team. Don't forget their roster's different. It's chemistry. It's chemistry. That's all they need. Oh yeah, the Nets do need Kyrie. And what about the media shines out there talking about they don't need Kyrie? That is the dumbest thing I ever heard. Oh, they don't need Kyrie. Really? You don't think man? If Kyrie would have played against the Bucks, it wouldn't have been a blowout. I tell you that. Because you get a different dimension with him. He can play make, and he's tough to stop. Got the best handle in the game. Yeah, Russell Westbrook doesn't have to be a superstar for the Lakers to have a successful season. All he got to do is be Russ. He's super athletic. He just got to know, chill out, and know, hey, you don't have to do too much. Yeah, they would be champs. But before I go, I want to appreciate everybody, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for showing love. Before I go, I just want y'all to know I appreciate you guys a million times. And just know that I'm so glad to be doing YouTube. I'm so glad to be talking to the people, man. When I have a long day from work, when I'm doing my thing, I find solace in doing this. I find peace with talking with the masses. I find joy with talking sports. And I want to thank y'all. So stay prayed up. Love your neighbor, love your friend. And love your enemy. Don't be naive to your enemy, but love your enemy too. And be the best person you could be. Peace and blessings. Much love to everybody. Coach Joe said, great stream. DJ, love your blessings, family, pure truth. Always. Raw truth. It's a family. It's love. There will be another Lamelo in the Hornets stream on the 22nd. If you haven't, click on that video and hit the notification button so you know we go live, and I'm out.